Alright, today I'm going to show you how to change the rear differential fluid in your Jeep Grand Cherokee. I've got a 2011 5.7 HEMI, and they are different than the 3.6s, so that's why I thought I'd show you this. You're going to need 2 quarts of the SAE 7585, an Allen key or hex key, something that has 14 millimeter, some gloves, some Permatex, thread sealant for both of the plugs, and then lastly some kind of pump is really nice just to help you pump the fluid into the differential itself. So, and then the last thing of course is some kind of catch can, whether it's a oil pan or just some kind of tin pan, just to catch all that old fluid. And yeah, so this is all you're going to need, and I'll show you how to do that real quick. Lastly, another piece of advice is to definitely drive your Jeep for about 10-15 minutes before you change the differential fluid. That way it's kind of warmed up and kind of flows out more easily. And then also you'll want to have a piece of cardboard because that will save your driveway or your garage. So let's get started. Alright, so here I am in the back of my Jeep, and then we're going to get to the differential, which is right here. And as you can see, I'm on the driver's side right now. Up there, that is your fill side because it's higher than the other side. And then if we go around to the passenger side, right, let me see, right there is your drain. So again, if we're looking here, this side has your fill, that side has your drain. So the first step is to make sure that the drain side can come out. So that's a 14 millimeter hex, so we're going to get that out right now. Alright, so we'll just put our 14 millimeter in there and oops, go to work. Alright, and there we go. That one's out, so now that we for sure know we can fill this thing back up, now we're ready to drain it. Alright, so now that we have the fill plug out, now the drain part is the hardest just because I didn't jack up the car, but it's a little tight underneath here. So as you can see, we got to get the drain out. So I'm going to loosen it with my 14 millimeter Allen key, and then have that catch can right there so that it's ready to catch it. So I'm going to start getting that unthreaded and catch that oil, or catch that fluid. Alright, so as you can see, this is super tight. Whoever made this was not thinking about the DIY in the driveway. So anyway, get your Allen key on there, get your catch can ready, and then just loosen that sucker till she starts coming up. And I'm going to do it off screen just so I don't make a complete mess. Alright, so that's pretty much done. So the next part is to, with your the cap that goes over the drain side, we're just going to put some thread sealant on, some Permatex, and cover that up and then thread it back in. So I'll do that. Alright, so I got it covered in some thread sealant, and now I'm going to put this drain plug back in there. So I'm going to get it started by hand and then tighten it up with the Allen key. Alright, so I've hand threaded it in, and now I'll just tighten it up more by hand until I feel it seat. Okay, it's pretty much there. And then I'll use the Allen key to tighten it up the rest of the way. Now with your Allen key, just tighten it up. Alright, so now that that's snugged up here on this side, we just need to get our new differential fluid and pump it up to the other side here. So let's get that done next. Alright, so something that's going to make this job really easy and really nice is to get one of these hand pumps that you can just put the tube in the bottom and then thread it onto your quart can and tighten it up and just shoot the differential fluid into this tube, into the differential. No spills, makes it nice and easy, so I'll do that. Alright, so now that I got my bottle here ready to go with the pump, I want to lay a piece of cardboard down, just so if any drips come from the drain side, I'll know that I need to snug that up more. And then, how you know you've reached the right capacity for the filled part is just keep squirting the bottle until you see stuff come out the fill plug side, and you'll know that you put enough differential fluid. I believe the 5.7 HEMI takes about 1.5 quarts, so I'll double check that. But yeah, we're just gonna put this tube in the hole, in that fill hole that we took the cap out of, and yeah, we'll do that now. All right, so I have this very awkward setup. I might do some of this off camera. You want to make sure one hand is holding this line in there so that you don't spill any differential fluid. This stuff is expensive. So yeah, just hold this in and then pump, pump, pump until you see fluid start to come out right here. So I'm gonna pump and start that process. All right, so now I got a steady stream of differential fluid coming out. So now it's time to close this up, and again apply some thread sealant onto the plug here and snug it up. So now with thread sealant on, I'm going to put this back up here on to the fill side right there. Alright, so now that I've got it threaded in by hand and then a little bit with my extension here, I'm going to get my ratchet and tighten it up. I don't know the exact torque specs. I think it's around 20 foot-pounds, which isn't too much. Honestly, I just do snug, and then a little bit more and call it good. Just make sure there's no leaks, and then after that, you are set. Alright, so once that's tightened down, just visually inspect for any leaks. If you got brake clean, maybe spray down these areas and clean off any differential fluid that you got on the car itself. And once you're done with that, drive it, make sure there's no problems, and you are set for another 60,000 miles. Hope that helps, and if you like videos like this, let me know by liking this video, subscribing, asking questions below if you have any, and I'll see you again next time.